Yes. That intro thing like went on a little bit longer than what it usually does. The end of it was just like a blank screen, isn't it?
It's doing its own little thing, bro. That's what's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just living in its own world. Yes, everyone. Hope everyone is good. There's been
yes on a 222.
There's been updates. There's been a few updates. You know what I mean? Over the past few days, like the past 2 days. LB on his prison ones. Yeah, LB's back on. Back with his signed Manchester City headboard.
True facts. True facts.
True facts. Free LB. Live from LB's bed. Yeah, his prison bed. He's still in prison.
These guys, man, in the chat, they're funny as hell, bro.
It's funny how from one stream that you did at your house, then straight away you're in prison. I mean, that is it.
I'm just on the bed, like that's it. It's just normal situation. But everyone's like he's in prison.
There's no like. It's like they abandon all logic, and the first thing they go to is that you've been locked up and you're in prison on your burner phone. Tell LB not to hold anyone's pocket if they ask. Facts. Yeah, don't be, don't be doing that, bro.
I should know.
Yeah, so Kalvin Phillips, City Medical today. There's been pictures of him that's been leaked around. Obviously, it's on City Extra. Actually wearing City gear. So he's obviously passed the medical, signed the contract. All that stuff has happened. It's just now we're just doing what we was doing for Erling Haaland and just waiting for an official announcement. God knows how long that'll take. Could be today, could be tonight, could be Monday, could be the weekend. So that's the.
I reckon it'll be tonight, bro.
I have a feeling it's gonna be tonight. So I'm prepared for that. Prepared for that in case that happens. If it does stream tonight, I mean, if he does sign tonight, I'll be going live on a solo ting because LB is the busy guy tonight. So I'll be going live later, and if he signs, but I've got it all set up ready for that because I have a feeling with all the pictures and that City just want to get it out.
Yeah, it's like with the Haaland stuff when it's clearly going to happen and like you start seeing photos and that. There's no point in delaying it because people are just like getting bored and it sort of ruins the excitement, man. So I think so long as the medical goes all right today, which I assume it has, otherwise you probably would have heard. You probably would have heard.
And I don't think you'll be seeing him in City gear or anything like that.
True. So I think that they've probably just done the interview and that, and it's just probably is done. Maybe we were. I don't know whether the Darko Giabi is a completely separate deal. If that's not
apparently it is. It's a completely separate £5 million deal.
Right. Well, in that case, then that probably shouldn't hold it up. I was wondering if it was like part of the deal. Then maybe something on that end was holding it up. But if it's a completely separate deal and they're going to go ahead of that regardless of what happens with Phillips, and that's a chiller. So yeah, I think it'll probably go through tonight. Probably like 5, 6, 7 p.m. We've seen these things. They often get scheduled for 5 or get scheduled for 6, but then there's a little bit of a delay or whatever. So yeah, man, I reckon it'll probably be tonight. And you know what? I'm happy about this deal, man. I think it's a good deal. And yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for me because I didn't really want the guy at the beginning. You all knew about my my Kalvin Phillips agenda, but it was probably an unfair agenda to have, and I probably based it a little bit too much on him being a number one in that position, and he's not going to be that. But you know what? I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what Kalvin Phillips does for this team. I'm excited to see him push Rodri even further, which I think is going to be really, really good for Rodri, hopefully. Rodri last year, and even the year before, to be honest, has basically just been cruising through his City career, cruising pretty well, to be honest. Like not in a bad, but you need. I say this about every single player. Every single player needs pressure, needs someone below them to be pushing them up. And if you don't have that, at some point, I do think that you're probably you're gonna pay the price. Luckily, Rodri's not paid the price. He's been absolutely sick, but you don't want to take too much. You don't want to go too far. So I think getting Kalvin Phillips in, it's a brilliant deal for City, bro. 42 million plus a few million in add-ons for an England international who's only 26 years old, who hates United, and who's only going to get better. And he stinks of a typical Pep player, man. So I think that this is just a sick deal, bro. And I'm actually buzzing for it now. You know, I'm proper excited.
Yeah, I'm well excited for it. I think it went quiet in that, and then I was a bit like chill on it. Do you know what I mean? I was kind of in the background thinking, "Wow, what's going on with this?" But then we found out he was on holiday, and he got back yesterday, so it makes sense why he's just had his medical today. And I'm proper excited. Like seeing him wearing the City jacket and stuff. Like you said, I just want to see. I want to see him in. I want to see him in the side. I want to see how well he does for the City side, and he won't be number one. But if Rodri has a bad game or anything like that, well, this is the thing. Rodri can't afford to have these bad games anymore because he'll have Kalvin Phillips behind him, pressuring him. And obviously, Rodri is our number one, and he still will be our number one. But having someone like Kalvin Phillips there behind him is very, very good, and it's meant for rotation. And obviously, there's 5 subs now, and we're trying to fight on, do you know what I mean, all competitions, trying to fight, like, do you know what I mean, for everything. So you need a big squad for that. And funnily enough, we don't really have that big of a squad, especially with the people leaving now. But Kalvin Phillips is just, it's for me. I don't know who else we would have got. Like it was either Kalvin Phillips or bust towards the end of it because all the other people were getting off elsewhere. So I'm just buzzing that we got it over the line like a proper CDM. Sorry, there's a spider right in front of my face, like literally getting about. It's tiny spider literally walking across. Yeah. So honestly, it's mint. It's absolutely mint, and I don't think there'll be like a big.
Well, bro.
Carry on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Rodri, right, last season played nearly 4,000 minutes.
Jeez, that's
4,000 minutes.
wild.
That's a lot. Wild. That's a lot of games. Someone do quick maths on that. 4,000 divided by 90, and that tells you how many games you play, like full matches. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's got to be a lot. You know what I mean? And as well, you got to remember as well. That's just for City. He plays for Spain during
44.
the season for the international games. How many?
44 and a half it is.
So the guy played 44 full matches, yeah, plus whatever he played for Spain in the international breaks. The guy probably played close to 50 full matches, probably more, to be honest. But I don't think he'll get subbed off for Spain, and I'm pretty sure he starts every game. So that can't continue. That cannot continue. So getting in Kalvin Phillips, it's a sick deal, sick price. And yeah, we can move on now. That's now boxed off. I seen, I think it was Nabil or someone on Twitter yesterday put, we have basically now got our centre defensive mid position boxed off for almost the next 10 years, maybe a little bit less. But you know what I mean? You could argue that it's boxed off for the next 10 years. So that's sick. We don't have to worry about that now. And now we can move on to other positions, you know what I mean? Left backs, wingers, whatever. And we're in a good situation. We're in a good situation. And I think that the club has absolutely smashed it with this deal. And I always believed that we'd get Kalvin Phillips at a good price. I always believed it because City were never going to spend upwards of 50 mil, 60 mil on a player that was going to be second choice to Rodri. It was never going to happen. And we've always been adamant of that. And we've said that on many, many streams. But I am surprised at the 42 mil. That is a good price. And we're selling Darko Diaby for 5 mil. I mean, I like Darko Diaby, but 5 mil, that's a good price, you know what I mean?
It is good. It's mint. It's a great price, and I can see why some Leeds fans are, do you know what I mean, unhappy about the situation. Like, so some a little bit too, a little bit too invested. But it's a great price for City. Obviously with all the outgoings and stuff. Do you know what I mean, net spend FC and that. Cheeky doing a madness, and I know obviously people be crying about like replacements for people like Sterling and stuff, but I think there was still time for them kind of like rumours to come about if that does happen. I think City just kind of waiting and seeing how the market moves. That's why we're not really hearing anything right now. obviously things can change rapid in these times. We went from Harry Kane to Ronaldo in a window in the space of 3 days. So a lot can happen in these transfer windows. And yeah, so Phillips, it is a done deal because you've seen him in City stuff. But obviously, when the official announcement comes out, we'll be doing another stream for that. Yesterday, bro. In fact, before we move on to something else, Anthony Gaming with a 5. Yes, Anthony Gaming. We need to get Christian Pulisic. If you played right wing for us, it'd be a different player, and link up play is very good. For me, I don't think we'd go anywhere near Pulisic, to be honest. I don't think it's something that we'd do. Maybe a swap deal. I don't know. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening at all. And that's it. I just don't see it happening. I just genuinely don't see City going anywhere near Pulisic.
No, not I.
Like, I think I
do like Pulisic. I think he's a good player, and I like the way he plays. You know what I mean? And I think that he could be sick, but he's playing for a manager, which you don't really want to play for that type of manager if you're a player that's, you know, in an attacking role, because you don't give you much freedom. Plays in a defensive situation. He puts a lot of pressure on the attacking players because he's such a defensive manager. So if I was Pulisic, I would get off if I was him. But
yeah, facts.
We can't be taking that risk because he's not really done it at Chelsea. He's shown sparks. I remember that game he scored a hat trick against Burnley. He was phenomenal, but not for me. He's got to show a little bit more.
Yeah, I think my first choice at the moment is Serge Gnabry. There are rumours that we are interested. I mean, he's a guy that we
should be interested. We should be interested.
I think there'll be quite a few players that we're interested in. I think it all depends on the way that City want to. If City are going to replace Sterling, how they want to move. If they want to go basically blockbuster, do you know what I mean, or spend like bare cash on one guy, or they want to try and get a deal for someone like Serge Gnabry. Like, and I think Serge Gnabry, it's a no-brainer for me. If that was it, I'd be sanctioning that instantly. But I think at the moment it's quiet because City is basically focusing on other areas. We have a lot of forward players, so they're going. We ain't focusing on a Sterling replacement. He's not even left the club yet, and we have other options in them positions. Whereas we want to get a CDM done, boxed off. We want to get a left back, get that boxed off, get Cucurella signed in the next week or so or whatever, and yeah, then they can move on and look at other things. Then they can be reactionary on them ones. Raheem with a 179 says, yes, Bray. Hope you're both doing well. I'm good. I'm very good. How are you, bro? You good?
Good, Bray. Yeah, good. Chilling in it. Chilling.
How's HMP?
Huh? HMP. Yeah. Yeah, it's sick, you know. Yeah, that porridge in the morning, it's different.
Is it? Is it good porridge? Anthony Gaming says he'll be a much better player under Pep with a 2. I'm not sure if he's on about Christian Pulisic there still from his previous super chat.
Yeah, he will. No, he's right. He would be a better player under Pep Guardiola. But, I mean, look, it's one of them. I probably would have him at City, but I don't know. It's just like, I feel like we'd get roasted on the transfer. You know what I mean? Like, if we're getting Christian Pulisic, yeah, because he's not done nothing at Chelsea, I'd want him for like 30 mil. And you're not going to get him for 30 mil. Well, you might get it. I don't know. Could you get 30 mil?
I don't know. It depends on his situation, innit? If he wants to get off. Because apparently they're trying to get rid of Hakim Ziyech. They can't just get rid of all the wingers.
2 years left on his deal, bro. 2 years deal.
Yeah, I don't see it. The only way I see that happening is if Chelsea throw him in to try and get the Sterling cash down. Yeah. And I don't see that happening at all. If City want that cash, they want the net spend.
I'd still prefer Gnabry, but
yeah, Gnabry's my go-to.
Yeah.
Raheem again with the 179 says, "Can't wait for the pre-season watch along with Steve." Yeah, that's factual information. That's something that's definitely going to happen. We just need to try and figure out which ones we're definitely doing all the watch alongs. I just don't know if Steve's going to come for all the watch alongs. I mean the pre-season ones, but we're definitely doing them anyway. But yeah, it'd be good when all 3 of us are here, a triple threat. And Roberto, member for 5 months. Yes, Roberto. Gnabry has 12 months left. Possible January transfer.
Why? What's the point? No, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? You may as well just go now.
Just go and get him now, bro. You know what I mean? It's only going to cost 35 mil.
Right. This is another thing, right? Tyler here is coming with a 2, right? So Tyler here has said we should get Son and have Foden right wing. Now, I see a lot of people saying about Heung-min Son, and literally just before he said that, Quay said Gnabry this summer or wait for Son next season. But
you guys actually want to go for a negotiation tactics with Daniel Levy after what he put us through with Kane? No thanks, mate. Never want to touch that club ever again. No.
His contract expires in 2025.
Unless there's a release clause in there, which there should be, because Son should have been looking at Kane and going, that's not happening to me. I'm getting a release clause in there. But I feel like, nah, he's not done that. Otherwise, you probably would have heard something about it. No. I'm not going through another transfer situation with Tottenham ever again. Nor Napoli.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's not nice, isn't it? Bro, he doesn't even listen to the emails. Or how would we even go through the process of signed Son? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, he's there till 2025, and it's not happening. It's not happening. He wants to stay with Harry Kane, innit? You know what I mean? Him and Harry Kane got that link up and that, and he wants to keep that going. Maybe if we signed Harry Kane, we might have been able to get him.
Yeah, you know what though? As a football fan, I'm actually a bit disappointed that Son stayed there because I feel like, and I don't think there'll be any Spurs fans in the chat, so I can say it, but I feel like I wanted to see his levels, and I wanted to know that if you stick him in a team like Bayern Munich, or Madrid, or Barca, or City, Liverpool, whatever, like, can he deliver in the big Champions League games? Can he deliver in big Premier League title clashes? You know what I mean? And really see how he is, because I think he's a top class player, and I was very, very surprised he signed that new 5-year deal. Very surprised. Yeah, and Tottenham fans will be like, "Oh, well, what are you on about, mate? He loves it, Spurs." Yeah, but does he not want trophies? He's definitely good enough for trophies.
He's good enough. He's good enough to be in top side. So, and it would have been interesting to see if he, like, we know how sick he is now. But imagine, like, say he did go in, like, say he did time for City or did time for someone else. I mean, like a Bayern or someone like that, like a powerhouse kind of thing. If he had more levels to his game that he could bring that.
Someone just put in the chat there, bro. Do you reckon he lacks ambition?
He might just be comfy. I mean,
well, that's the same. That's the same thing.
Yeah,
you got to challenge yourself in life, innit? You can't just be like, "Oh, I'm going to be comfortable my whole life." You'll be comfortable your whole life. No way. You got to challenge yourself, man. I mean, you got to put yourself outside that comfort zone. That's where you reach new heights. And I think that, whoever put that in the chat a minute ago probably is right. He probably doesn't have that ambition, probably doesn't have that desire to go out there and win trophies because he's happy at Spurs. Or you know what I mean? Like, Spurs are a good team, and I think they could do bits this year. I think that I'm backing them to be like big team. I think that they could challenge Liverpool to get second. But second ain't a trophy. Second ain't a trophy.
Second ain't no trophy.
They finished second before when Leicester won the league.
Yeah. Put the pressure on.
Might be Arsenal, one of them two.
In fact, you know what? I think they actually bottled it and went to third.
Yeah, they did actually. They did bottle it. But you know what I mean? Second ain't a trophy. You know what I mean? He'll get to 32, 33 rapid, and then he'll be like, "Oh, Ras, I didn't win anything." And everyone will be like, "Yeah, because you signed a new 5-year deal." Look at Mane, mate. Mane has got off from Liverpool. Yeah, he's won some trophies at Liverpool. Fair enough. He didn't win as many as he should have done. Now he's going to go Bayern. He's 31, and he's going to win 3 Bundesligas and might have a shot of a Champions League. But then he'll have Bundesligas. Salah ain't going to win 3 Premier Leagues in a row. Salah ain't going to win 3 Champions Leagues in a row. So, Mane
have Bundesligas. They've got all the cups in that. Do you know what I mean? All of the Pokal stuff like that. Sorry, bro. There's a spider here.
Yes, bro. Mane is stat padding his trophies, but I think that's a good move because if you look at Salah, you look at Salah now. Salah is probably the best player in the world, right? And if he's not the best player, he's certainly up there in the top 3. Although the last 6 months, that's not been great. He could, in theory, because he's only got 1 year left on his contract. Say he leaves Liverpool next summer, I still think he'll sign a new deal. But let's say he leaves Liverpool next summer and they don't win the Prem and they don't win the Champions League. Because I don't think they will win the Prem next season. And I don't think they'll win the Champions League. He would have been at Liverpool for the last 5 years under one of the best managers in the world, with one of the best teams in the world, and won 2 major trophies, a Prem and a Champions League. That's dead. That's dead. You know what I mean? It's not great. Whereas Mane's won the same, but he's going to go now the next 3 years, and we three Bundesligas, and he will have the better stats on trophies come the end of the year, come the end of his career, because he's going stat padding, bro. It's a sick move.
Yeah, like
Sick move.
basically he does that. It becomes a more decorated player in it because of all the things that he's going to win. Whereas Salah could finish his career and not be as decorated as what it probably should have been,
Right.
which is wild. Just go some of these super chats. By the way, Taboho has been counting down the days to become an Electrical member. His name is now Vet Victor, not Bet Victor, Vet Victor. And he said, "Here we go. I'm in the club, boys. Yes, Taboho, mate.
Thanks, Ray.
I appreciate it." Where am I up to? Meteor Striker. Yes, come a tier 2 membership. Appreciate that a lot, mate. The Individualist also become a member. Yes, appreciate that. Get yourselves in the Discord server. If you want to become an electrical member, there's usually a join button below Lewis's face. Might be below my face now. I don't know. I don't know which way around we are. Usually a join button below Lewis's face. If not, there is a link in the description. Join the Extra Club and it helps support the channel. Kostov Sharma with the 1, but he also put another super chat with the 2 and said, Marc Cucurella, how is the deal coming along? And it's a weird one, the Cucurella thing, because it's kind of just dropped off the face of the earth. Now, I don't know whether that's because we've been focusing on getting Phillips over the line, then to move on to Cucurella. I don't really know. It seems like we've had talks with Brighton, but I don't know if maybe we're just taking it, one step at a time.
I think there might be issues with this deal. I think there might be issues because
I think the price.
There was a red flag early on. There was a red flag early on, right? In that City had pretty much agreed a deal at around 35 million quid, and that seemed quite. A couple of people reported that, so it seemed legit. And then, literally within about 48 hours, 72 hours, like three or 4 days, started rumours coming out saying, "Oh, Brighton have upped their offer, up the asking price
50
to 50
mil,
mil."
yeah.
And I think that maybe there's been a bit of an issue there. Maybe there's been a bit of an issue there.
Maybe Brighton have seen the amount of players that we're selling. They know we've got the money, and they're going. Basically, what we should be doing with Chelsea and saying we know you need a winger, so pay more. You have to pay over the odds to get this winger. That's what we should be doing to Chelsea for Sterling.
I think if I have to guess, right? If I had to guess, well, first of all, if I was City, I'd go for Ram, because I like Ram in it.
Yeah, Ram.
But if I have to guess, I think this deal will end up going through, but I think it'll go through at around the same price, actually, funny enough, as Kalvin Phillips at around 42 million quid, because I think City will basically say to Brighton, look, we had a deal pretty much agreed at 35 million, and you've upped your price to 50 mil. We're not paying 50 mil for a guy who's had 1 season in the Prem. But we're willing to work with you. Let's go maybe go 42 with some add-ons. Basically, the same deal as Kalvin Phillips. I think something like that's going to happen. Otherwise, I genuinely think that we should maybe look at someone like Ram or other. I think fullbacks right now. I think there's quite a lot of good fullbacks out in Europe at the moment. And when we do streams and we're talking about Cucurella and Ram, people in the chat are always like, check this Donny out, check this Donny out, check this Donny out. Like, there seems to be a lot of fullbacks right now in Europe, whereas like with the strikers and wingers, it's a little bit more limited. There's the cliff edge on that is like boom.
That's why you can't. That's why you can't really you can't really predict the way that football goes, because say like when we first started doing City Extra like a year or two ago, we was doing like 5 left backs to replace whoever, or we're looking at a left back situation, and we were saying like there is literally no one at the moment. There's no left backs out there that we can go and get. But then it changes, and there's no strikers kind of thing. There's no wingers, and it just it seems to change all the time. There's always new up and coming people, and everyone. People make names for themselves quite quickly. So the left back, like I say, the left back situation right now is a bit like I say, it's saturated a little bit. So we have options there to look at. Dark Agent says, how about Alan St. Maximin? Reckon he's a shout?
That's a joke, isn't it? That has to be a joke, though.
The fair, he's an eligible member, and he knows about the St. Maximin stick that St. Maximin gets on it. Yeah? So it might not be a joke though. A lot of people in the chat were saying, "Nah, it's not at our level," and I agree with that. St. Maximin is not at our level.
It's cracking jokes, bro. It's Friday, isn't it? He's about to finish work or school or college, and this guy's like, he's in a sick mood. Dark Asian's in a sick mood, yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna send the boys a super chat and make them laugh in it. So yeah, GG's, bro.
GG's. Johnny Lara just in the chat there. Damn it, do we have to post bail for you again, LB? Yeah, that's the fact. Basically, LB's back in jail. We need the bail. So we keep going until we get the bail money. Well, as soon as bail money come, we'll end stream instantly. M Doper with a 2. Who's better, Sane or Gnabry in a Pep team? That's a very, very difficult question. I've never seen that. Oh wait, have we seen Gnabry in a Pep team?
No, I don't think he was there. I don't think he was at Bayern when Pep was there. I don't think he was. I think he signed the year after. Yeah, nah, it's not. It's not a thing, bro. I'm sure he went the year after.
Gnabry in a Pep team. I don't remember Gnabry in a Pep team. Yeah, no, he wasn't there.
I'd say it depends what you mean by who's better. Leroy Sané is clearly the better player, but that doesn't mean that Leroy Sané will be better in a Pep team than Gnabry. I think Gnabry could really work in a Pep team, but my issue for Gnabry is why does it not work anywhere he goes? Why is he always getting off?
Why is he getting off?
You know what I mean? But look, I think Gnabry, the reason I keep getting on the Gnabry train, and I keep saying this every time, yeah, is oh yeah, Majisi's right there in the chat. Sani didn't really like doing the hard yards in it, and that's probably why it's not worked out. But does Gnabry? I don't know. I've not seen him that much. But the reason that I'd go for Serge Gnabry, right, is because it's a safe option. It's going to cost you 35 mil. And what's your evidence it's going to cost you 35 mil? Well, he's got 1 year left on his contract. Bayern Munich just paid roughly the same amount of money for Mane. Granted, he's a little bit older, but Serge Gnabry has made it public that he wants to leave. He's come out and said, "I want to leave." Mane's never really been like that. He's always been like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll sort of let you know after the season ends, whatever." So I think you could get him for 35 million quid. And if it doesn't work out, 35 million quid at the end of the day. Like, some people don't like this, but that's nothing for us anymore. You know what I mean? 35 million is what it is. You know what I mean? We can afford to take that L. Plus, if it doesn't work out, we can sell him after a year. You're going to sell him for what? 25 mil? You've lost 10 mil. Worth a gamble, man.
That's what I was just about to say. I think it's worth the risk to go for Gnabry if Sterling leaves. It gives us good cover, and we've still got quality wingers like Mahrez and upcoming wingers like Cole Palmer there. If Gnabry doesn't actually make it, I mean, we're only going to be better. We're only going to be better off by paying that money because it's an extra player in that position who I think has potential to do well. Radio Axe, member for 7 months. Yes, Radio Axe. I'm pretty hyped for this pre-season, both mine and City's. Oh yeah, Radio Axe, aren't you playing? But yeah, I'm buzzing for City's pre-season. I don't know when yours starts, mate. But yeah, when's our first preseason game, bro? In like 20 days. 21st. Can't wait. Yeah. Daniel Thompson. Yes, Daniel Thompson. 2 months member. What about Neymar for Sterling? Interesting one, Neymar for Sterling, actually, because no matter what you say, everyone still talks about Neymar for Sterling. And also, Daniel Thompson just got again in £1.79 super chat. He said 2 months member. What about Neymar for Sterling? Yes, Daniel, I appreciate your super chat. The Neymar for Sterling thing for me, I think LB is gonna go get his. I think his laptop's dying. I heard the noise in it. Neymar for Sterling. The thing is with Neymar, right, and this is something that Lewis said to me, I think the other day. It was off stream. Apparently, right, there's a situation with Neymar that in a week's time, if he's still at PSG, he automatically gets another 5 years on his contract. It basically is an auto-extending contract. And that'll mean it'll auto-extend with all that cash. Hence why they're so desperate to get rid of him. That could be wrong, innit? Yeah. The wardens come. Tron, no, I'm not skipping some super chats, innit? I'm still going through them. It was just because Daniel sent a member message and it was the same as his super chat. So I just, linked both. LB's currently, the warden's there, innit? So he's had to hide the phone under his quilt and that. But yeah, Daniel, I'm not really sure about Neymar. I don't think it's going to happen, if I'm honest. They're desperate to get rid of him. They're absolutely desperate to get rid of him. Yeah, they need to release him, basically. Meteor Striker, yes, with a 2. What about Chiesa? He's a very good winger. Chaser, as Lewis calls him. Chiesa is mint. Casey's actually he had a really good Euros, and then I think has he been badly injured like this season? I'm not sure what his situation is this year, but he's been kind of like out of it. So yeah, I think Casey would be good, but I don't know how much it cost. When is the medical? The medical's already happened. Yeah, so he had he did his ACL. Oh yeah, so that makes more sense then. Yeah, so Kayser's a good shout. Obviously, he did his ACL last year, so that's a good name for the list of wingers that could possibly be in there. I like his work rate. He works hard. I think he'd be mint. Do you know what I mean? Are you back now, bro?
I'm back. Yeah, sorry, I had to get the charger in it, and these guards, man,
so.
you know what I mean. You have to,
yeah. Bro, I heard the noise, innit?
Yeah, you have to give him a little bit of cash. You know what I mean? Get the treats.
Yeah. I knew it'd be the warden, innit? Coming around.
We're talking about my boy Chaser there, by the way.
Chaser, yeah, saying that he'd be a good option. He did his ACL in the last season, that's why it's been pretty quiet, but he'd be a good option.
I love Chaser, man. I love him. I think he's mega, you know.
LB's favourite.
Sam at City as well. I think he'd proper work, you know what I mean? He'd proper work. He tracks back.
Works hard, doesn't
it? Yeah, he's a really good player, man. So I think that'd be a good deal if we could get him. But obviously, he had just had an ACL. How will that affect him? Sometimes stuff like that, when you get them big injuries, they can sort of ruin you a bit.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be next year's transfer if it works out for him. But what to say?
Tyler with the 2 says, "What about Moussa Diaby? He's 22. He's got 13 goals and 12 assists. Is that from Leverkusen?" Tyree says Diaby from Leverkusen. I think it is.
I think I checked his stats. I wasn't overly impressed, but I might not be on about the right guy. But obviously, I was just looking at stats in it, so stats can lie.
The thing is, he's still quite young at 22. I think City'd want to... This is why the Serge Gnabry deal makes more sense for me. Serge Gnabry is what, like 26, 27, something like that. So, and I think, and you've got Cole Palmer, who's quite young and coming through, so he's your young and up-and-coming winger. And then you've got someone like what's he called, Gnabry to actually play that side. Jinan, 17 months. Yes, Jinan. Chiesa would be a quality replacement for Sterling. Would be quality. Just obviously it depends on the bag and it how much we get him for. And then if it is going to be an expensive transfer, then like I say, it might be something that City basically hold off this year and go for next year. That's why like we might not sign a replacement this year for Raheem Sterling if he leaves, because the club might be wanting to have another year and go for someone like go for a Donny next season. Leng and Sweet with a 449. Yes, Leng. Sign Leon Bailey. Hype. Yes, Leng. Look, Kaiser, innit? His boy. My boy Kaiser. Yeah, Leng, Leon Bailey, innit? I still remember the days of you spamming Leon Bailey in the Discord, innit? Like, you absolutely used to love Leon Bailey, innit? I thought you might do, innit? You might still be on the Leon Bailey hype train. It seems like that. But that didn't work out, really. It's not worked out so far, anyway, the Leon Bailey transfer. So, I mean, I back that Leon Bailey chat. Nah, I don't back it. He to be fair, he was good. He was good. Was he at Mönchengladbach or he might have been at Leverkusen?
I think he was at Leverkusen as well. Yeah, he was at Leverkusen. Leon Bailey's a good player, but like clearly something's not right there, innit? And that's why he went to Aston Villa. You can always work out as a fan if there's something wrong with a player based on, or you can work out their real ability or how they're sort of assessed in the world in European football by the transfers, right? And I always say this about Christian Eriksen when he was at Ajax, right? And Tottenham bought him. There's a reason that Tottenham bought him. There's a reason that Barcelona didn't want him. There's a reason that Real Madrid didn't want him. That Bayern Munich didn't want him. That City didn't want him. United didn't want him. Liverpool didn't want him at the time because they didn't think he was quite at that level. He is a good player. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but he's nowhere near the likes of David Silva. He wasn't as good as Ozil, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't as good as these players, and so you can assess it on that, and you can also assess it on mentality. Why did Leon Bailey, highly promising player who looked really, really good, really powerful, explosive, really good finisher. Why did he end up at Aston Villa? Because the bigger
that's the
teams
thing.
don't
Like,
want to take a risk on him because they
yeah,
found something out. Because they do checks in it. You hear about this all the time, but when clubs go for players and they're signing players, they don't just go, "Oh, this player's 27, he's worth this much money. These are his stats. He looks sick. Yeah, buy him." They check everything about him. They start talking to people. What's this guy like behind the scenes? What's
yeah,
he like? Does he
they
go
go
out
in
and
it
party?
like they want
Yeah,
his personality, everything
of
about
course
him.
they
Do you know
do.
what I mean? Like
They want to
this
make sure
thing.
that because it costs so much money, bro. You don't want to spend 50 million on £50 million on a player to find out that he's out every night getting steaming. You know what I mean? You want a quiet
It's
player,
like,
look.
it's like the Dan Jummer situation. Is he called Dan Jummer? I think he is. Talksport did like a whole thing about him saying like he's basically there's issues with his like do you know what I mean, like his personality. Like he
Is
has
he? I don't
bad
know who he is.
Dan Jummer. I think West Ham interested in him. Could be West
Okay.
Ham. Someone's Dan Jummer. Yeah, someone's interested in him. I can't remember who it is. Anyway, apparently Talksport was. This happened today, I think, or yesterday. Talksport were. So basically, they did like a little segment on it, basically saying like he has like bad personality traits, and then Dan Drummer's agent quote tweeted it and was like, "You're chatting shit." Do you know what I mean? You don't know this for a fact. And then Dan Drummer retweeted it himself, but it's like they do kind of find out this thing. Like, do you know what I mean? The players won't know that it's happening, but do you know what I mean? They have to look into the background of all the players. City do it massively because they need to know whether they're going to fit into the squad, and it's all about the harmony of the team as well. Because you have to be, it's all about your personal traits. With, do you know what I mean? You can't go sign someone who's not going to be a team player and that'd be a dickhead in the dressing room. You don't want that in it. Even if they're a sick footballer, you don't want that at your football club because it's going to disrupt everyone else.
Correct.
Johnny Lara. 23 months, Johnny Lara. Yes, you're so close to the GOAT badge. With a tier 3. Yes. Happy anniversary, chat. Happy anniversary, Johnny Lara. 23 months, that's a long, long time. So, you know what I mean? It's so close to being recognised as a GOAT. And Jerry McCune with a 2. I think we're set at left wing with Jack and Phil, LFG. Yeah, I agree with that. I think we're set left wing aside. Jack and Phil, that seems to be the way that we're going with this. It's the other side. Mahrez and Sterling have been buzzing going into the season with that. Mahrez, Sterling, Cole Palmer. That's a sick right wing side, but at the moment it's looking like it's going to be Mahrez and Palmer.
Yeah,
which is a risk.
And we have options on that left hand side. You've got Phil Foden, who's left-footed player, fast, explosive, can go down the wing. Although he can cut in, he's very, very, very good. Or you got Jack Grealish, inverted, who can do something else. He can drop more in the middle if you want him to. Like that's basically when people don't understand what I'm looking for on the right hand side. That's what I'm looking for.
You're looking for the left hand side, just on the other side, and just on the right hand side. Because
Grealish is your Mahrez, and then Foden is your Sterling, but we've lost Sterling, so I need a new Foden on the right hand side.
Yeah,
you know
basically,
and Cole Palmer,
Mahrez. Yeah, so basically we're left with like 2 Mahrez kind of guys on the right hand side, and
that's right.
It obviously people at CJRSA there says Mahrez and Alvarez on the right side. I think that's something. If we don't get a replacement for Sterling, I think you will see that quite a bit. I think Pep will 100% try Alvarez as a right winger. I mean, we signed Ferran Torres and straight away he was pushed onto that right wing. So I think it just depends on it. Depends. This why it's why you know what I'm going to say in it. Pre-season is a must. Always a must. This pre-season, this summer is going to be absolutely wild. I know we've just been having like a general chat. Something that I wanted to actually speak about was two things quickly, right? Nathan Ake, the price. City looks set on keeping Nathan Ake at the moment. The rumours have it that, I mean, we won't speak to Chelsea if they're not going to pay over £50 million for him, which sounds right. That's what they've been telling everyone else. And also, City are very reluctant to sell him. I like that. I like that from City. That's good. That's good. Good moves. Basically, we want to keep hold of our players. You know what I mean? We can't just go, well, if another club wants them, no, yeah, have them. You know what I mean? That ain't it. And another thing, this one's for you, bro. Egan Riley. He's gone, permanent, and it's obviously transfer mark said it was another year in it, but it wasn't, and permanent transfer to Burnley. And this is what City put on the tweet, right? Everyone at the club wishes him the very best of luck for the remainder of his career. That's like, bro, that's like not just you're gone, that's you're gone, and you ain't ever coming back. So good luck for the rest of your career, mate.
Bro, I ain't happy about this at all, innit? You know what I'm saying? I am not happy about this at all, bro. And
Egan. That's funny. That's funny. I love how you didn't want to do it yourself. Like you didn't want to like. I'm not being the guy
you
to
know
cry.
what? I went on it. Yeah, I put man crying on. I put man crying on YouTube, and I thought it'd be like a man like bawling his eyes out, but instead it was just.
Nah,
like,
you needed the one where he goes, yeah, that one. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the OG
You know what it is,
one.
right? So Egan Riley. Let me talk about Egan Riley first of all. First of all, GGs to this guy, right? Because the reason I say GGs is because look, you got to remember, yeah, there's so many academy players coming through. There's 20 academy. Obviously, every Premier League club has an academy. I'm led to believe maybe one doesn't actually. I have a thing in my head that says one club doesn't have an academy player, academy team. That might be wrong, but I have a feeling it might be Brentford or something like that actually.
Serious? That's mad.
Yeah, I have a feeling that one team in the Prem. I remember seeing it. One team in the Prem doesn't have an academy. That could be bullshit, but I feel like it's not. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here, I'm going on a bit, is difficult for these players to come through. I always said it yesterday or the day before that 99% of the players in City's academy will never play for City, right? And a lot of the players that come through the academy will not even make it as a professional footballer.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of them will end up playing in the very, very low league, League Two, Conference, or they'll go abroad to a lower league, right? So GG's first of all, because to become a professional footballer, it ain't easy. So clearly he's got the right mentality because you got to work, you got to train, you got to make sure. People forget, right? It's difficult because these guys turn 18, yeah? What was we doing at 18, bro? We was getting steaming all the time. Now
Getting
imagine
lost,
us
missing
with two.
flights.
Yeah, exactly. These players are getting paid a lot of money, like probably 2 or 3 grand a week, yeah, as an academy player. They turn 18, and the professional ones have to resist the temptations of modern day youth life, which is going out with your mates, getting steaming, staying up late. Even if you don't drink, staying up late. You know what I mean? Like,
Especially when they've got bank as well.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It makes it even more difficult. I dread to think what I would have been like with 2 or 3 grand a week when I was younger, bro. That would
I'd
have
be
been a
gone,
mess.
me.
So GG's for him. He smashed it. I wish he would have got a game at the end of the season. You know what I mean? In one of them big games. I was backing Egan Riley at the start.
Backing it hard, isn't
No,
it?
yeah, I was backing him hard to play one of them games at right back. Didn't quite work out. Pep didn't feel it was the one, but you know, he's been at the club for a long time, and I hope it works out for him. Obviously, he's going under Vinny. He's going to go down the road on the 66 to Burnley. It's not too far away. So you know what? I'm buzzing for the guy. You know what I mean? I'm happy for him. I'm happy for
Well,
all our
this
academy players.
it's mad actually because the fact that Vincent Company's at Burnley is going to definitely make me keep one eye on Burnley anyway. But the fact that quite a few of our youth teams going there, it's decent, isn't it? So it might be worth. I mean, it might be worth watching Burnley to see if, especially if all these academy players start actually full starting for Burnley. It's crazy. Some new. Hang on a sec. Let me just double check something. Struder's lol. Yes, with a 5. Just seen Tuchel in B&Q. Look at the sky blue deluxe color charts. He wants trying to get that city life in it. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna start wearing. They're gonna change the kits to sky blue and that, and just sign all our players. Also, bro, Jack Gone which just come out, and it's Riyad Mahrez has had initial talks with City over a new contract, and there's expectation now that he's going to commit his future to the club, which I see happening. Might get a year, might get 2 years.
It makes sense.
I think it'll be 2 years with the option of an extra year after that.
Yeah, well, he's 31 now, so
2 years takes to 33, and then there's an option for one last year.
Oh, so you're saying a 1-year contract extension, 2 years total?
Because now, so he'd have 2 years left on his deal. Yeah. So year contract extension, then after that, do you know what I mean? So he'd have 2 years left, and then there's an option for 1 more year. So then that would be 3 more years at City.
Yeah, fine.
Like
I said before, Mahrez's game ain't based on pace, so you shouldn't really have that rapid decline that you see so many players have. You know what I mean? And I always say this, right, and people always dispute this, but it's 100% factual information. Players do just drop off. Players do go bad overnight, and I hate it when people say, "Oh, you can't become a bad player overnight." Yes, you can.
You
We've
can.
seen it so many times with players where literally, you know, they do sick, and then one day they just go have a really, really bad game, and they're never the same player ever again because they ain't got that pace in it. So for me, just keep Mahrez. He shouldn't have that massive drop off. Mahrez's decline will be like this. You know what I mean? Just slow and steady. You know what I mean? It won't be like boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially because like you said this the other day, and he doesn't. Mahrez isn't based off pace, in it. It's not based off pace, so he still has that footballing ability at his at his feet. So he'll probably he could last. Do you know what I mean, longer than someone who will just ultimately rely on being fast. Jean Cartier says, "LB, where is the hidden blade?" Yeah, you're gone full Assassin's Creed mode, aren't you?
Yeah.
King Haaland, yes. Says King 449. Jordi, we need a Ronaldinho in our team. That Brazilian winger Everton is a perfect replacement for Sterling. What are your thoughts on Everton? Thoughts on Everton? I like Everton. You know what I mean. I used to work with loads of Everton fans in it, so I like Everton. I was kind of glad that they stayed up. And obviously they just got rid of a Richarlison. I'm not sure what they're doing in this transfer market. Do you know what I mean, in this window, I don't really pay that much attention to them, but you know what I mean,
Richarlison's going to Tottenham, isn't he?
yeah, he's gone Tottenham. Here we go, full situation. So
Tottenham making moves, mate. Tottenham are making moves.
Tottenham are going mad, bro.
Yeah.
They're going wild. You know what they're doing as well? They're not just building a team for, do you know what I mean, a first team. They're building squad depth and very good. Do you know what I mean? Strength in, do you know what I mean, numbers. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Because
think about it now, bro. They've got Kane, Son, and I'd imagine Richarlison would probably start over Kulusevski, but that's a difficult decision
yeah,
because he's had a brilliant 6 months since he's been there. But let's just say, because it's easy,
yeah, Kane, Son,
Kane,
Kulusevski.
yeah, you've got Richarlison, you've got that. Is it Perisic? He's gone there on a deal.
Yeah, Perisic has gone
But
there.
you've
You've
already got
still,
two winger replacements. What they need is a striker replacement. You know what they should go and do? And people might laugh at this, but this is a smart move. Cost you nothing. Shane Long on a free transfer.
yeah,
Because,
class,
bro,
innit?
what do you need from that second choice striker, right? You need him to play the Carabao Cup games and the FA Cup games. Yeah. You need him to be able to come off the bench just to see the last 20 minutes out, 30 minutes when you're 2-3-0 up against a team. Because they don't have that. I'm not saying Shay Long start the games. What Tottenham need to do is Tottenham now need to get into Harry Kane protection mode. You know what I mean? They need to get a load of protection Donnies around Kane. You know what I mean? And people saying, "Oh, yeah, Father Ruben Long is shocking." Nah, you're not getting it, bro. Shane Long, yeah, is a very, very decent player, and he'll be happy to be on the bench. And he can play in the Carabao Cup games and the FA Cup games, and he can come on for the last 20 minutes and run the defence raggy because he's rapid.
But would they not prefer to play Richarlison as the backup striker as the number two? So like, do you know what I mean, like if they're gonna drop Kane, they could
I
play
wouldn't.
Richarlison
I've
as
seen him
number
there a
two.
few times, bro, and I
Like,
just don't think he's always offside. Seen Everton a lot last season because obviously we was watching him because it was quite interesting. And when he even played up front, he was offside. I think he's a better winger for me. I think playing as a winger, that's my opinion. But
just as
whatever,
a
whether you agree on Shane Long or whatever, that's kind of irrelevant. The point is they need to get someone in to replace, not replace Harry Kane, to back up Harry Kane, man. Because Harry Kane, they keep playing him every game for 90 minutes. You can't do that. At the moment, if Harry
um,
Kane gets injured, yeah, Tottenham, boom, see you later. Because Harry Kane, they are a Harry Kane team. He's that good. It's not disrespectful. It's because he's mega. Probably what top three strikers in the world, and they've not had a replacement for him for so long, man.
yeah, hang on a sec. I'm getting spammed. By the way, Assist King, he said he didn't mean Everton, the football club. He meant there's a winger called Everton who's a great replacement for Sterling. I actually don't know who that is, mate. And also, when he said we need a Ronaldinho kind of guy in our team, I have a feeling that our Ronaldinho risk at the moment is a Kaiki in it. I think that's what City are going to try and push him in it because apparently he's meant to be in it, one of the next best Brazilian Donnies in it. So hopefully it turns out to be that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen him a few times. Not that
Yeah,
impressed.
apparently there's just something popping off, bro. There's something popping off right now. Hang on, just give me 1 second. Let me just read this.
What? You got some breaking news? We got breaking news live on the stream.
I don't know if it's breaking, but
What's the news?
apparently, Freddie just messaged me and said that apparently that Liverpool Football Club on Twitter are beefing with Mo Salah.
What? No.
I can't like see where the beef is, and he said he might be wrong, innit? He said he might be wrong. He just messed me in. That's why my mind went a bit. Oh, he said never mind. Never mind. Contract extension. Oh, it's gone the other way.
Oh, they signed Mo Salah to a new deal.
Yeah, it's a contract extension. It's going to be a contract extension. Yeah, they've just quote tweeted something with a video of a football top and basically a couch kind of thing. Yeah, Mo Salah's probably going to be signing a new contract extension.
That sounds very,
like 5,
very similar to the City Haaland announcement.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, so Mo Salah, apparently it's Mo Salah anyway. Apparently this is the situation. It's a Mo Salah contract extension. It'd be nice to see if it was official or not, but yeah. So at least that can put to bed all the Mo Salah talk, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? A lot of people on this FIFA mode, innit, are like, yeah, let's get Mo Salah in that. But to be fair, if he didn't extend, and it's funny actually, bro, because just before you said you were thinking he's extending, and now look.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? It's a risky move for him because they don't win anything in the next few years. You know, there's no guarantee. I don't think they'll win the Prem next year.
Oh, I know what it is. It's his agent put a laughing face, and Liverpool quote tweeted it with the hand on the thing, almost to say, yeah, as if you thought he might leave. Do you know what I mean? And then they posted the video of a shirt on top of the thing. Yeah, so that makes sense. So more Liverpool with Mo Salah. That's facts. I wonder how much he's getting paid.
That's an interesting one. Are they going to break the wage structure? Because if they are, Van Dijk will be next. Alisson will be next. Yeah. You know, Fabinho, Thiago, these Donnies will be queuing up. That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. So have they caved?
I mean, look at us, bro. I mean, it has happened to us. 100% has. Not to the extent of what happened to United, but Kev gets like 350k a week, and then you're seeing Sterling's on 300 grand a week, Jack Grealish is on 300 grand a week. Do you know what I mean? It does happen without you realizing it. It's small increments. More people want that. Do you know what I mean? Because if they're playing better, they keep wanting that, and that's just the way your wage structure breaks. But if you at United, it didn't just break, it smashed, it shattered because they went big in it and did Alexis Sanchez on something like 500 grand a week, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure he was on over 400 grand a week. Ronaldo's on 520 grand a week. So that's what it is. Right. Other than Ortega signing, which is obviously is a great signing, I think we're pretty much all catched up.
Bro. Have you seen the interview, by the way?
I have seen the interview.
I've not seen it yet. I'm going to watch it in a minute, that Ortega interview, because the guy who done the interview is getting cooked on Twitter, but I ain't seen it, so I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, he is getting cooked on Twitter. I think because he's kind of speaking to him like he is second choice, rather than like...
Is it?
Do you know what I mean? You got a chance to be... Do you know what I mean? Put some respect on Ortega's name, innit?
Oh, chat, what are you saying? Have you watched it, chat? What are you making of this interview? I've not seen it yet, so I'm going to go and watch it in a minute and see, but all I've seen on Twitter all day is this guy
I've seen him getting cooked. He's good. It's a good interview in the sense of what Ortega's saying. He's interesting to listen to in that. Do you know what I mean? Interesting to see his side of things, but yeah, the interview, like the side of it, I just don't know in it. I don't know, but he is getting cooked. He's 100% getting cooked.
I'm gonna go watch it. And see what he's saying. Apparently, he's been proper like rude and disrespectful. He was like, I don't know, because I've not seen it, but the person on Twitter that was posting it said like, he didn't have no stats. He didn't know who the guy was. He was
he was giving wrong stats as well.
Yeah, didn't he say like, oh, weren't you in like the top 4 Bundesliga goalkeepers
of the year? Top 4, but he was actually the second.
Like proper blasé. I've not seen it. I'm gonna go watch it now anyway because I want to find out. I want to watch it,
man. Right. Other than that, that's your City news caught up. I guess headline: Kalvin Phillips has had his City's medical. It is done. He's wearing City stuff. You'll probably get the announcement tonight, and then I'll be live again for that. Other than that, you got anything else you want to say, bro?
I don't think so, man.
Hashtag free LB.
Yeah, get me out of here, innit? Nah, I'm
I'm a
chilling.
City YouTuber. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Nah, that's it pretty much. Yeah, buzzing about Phillips. So yeah, hopefully that gets announced tonight. That'll be decent. Get that over the line, and then it's just a case of get that left back in Cucurella, and maybe let's see if we can force City into a move for Serge Gnabry. I mean,
Yeah,
what
we
we
need
need, right?
basically we need to manifest this move so hard. I
Yeah,
want every City Extra fan, every single guy to be at in Man City, at in City Extra Pod, because that's the one that we have notifications
at
for.
Omar
And
Barada.
at Omar Barada and say, go get Serge Gnabry. That's what we
Yeah,
need from
Serge
everyone.
Gnabry.
And then hashtag C sign Gnabry. That's what we
Yeah,
need. That's the
he's like
hashtag we need. Hashtag C sign Gnabry. That's the way to go. We need everyone to manifest this because this is the new. We're in control now.
that's it. Everyone go
Yeah.
on Twitter now, right? And if everyone in how many people in the stream, bro?
There's 760 people.
Like if everyone on this stream goes on Twitter now and puts in Seaside Nabry, hashtag Seaside Nabry, yeah, we can get this shit trending, man. And we can
Yeah.
force it to buy him.
Imagine seeing it on trending hashtag C sign Nabry. Yeah, go do it. Also, by the way, Mo Salah confirmed new long-term contract.
Right, buzzing. Have a great evening, guys. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be back live tomorrow. Obviously, if Phillips signs, then obviously you're going live tonight.
I'll be back in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see what going. I'm unlikely to be able to join you, but if possible, I will do the possible.
If possible. Right.
But yeah, have a good Friday night, guys. I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.